get that sort of perception from the media. In actual fact, I think it's really important to recognise that young people are much more likely to be victims than perpetrators. Things are much more likely to happen to young people than for young people to actually be doing those things. And that's quite a worry. That's something that we've got to change. And the reason we've got to change that is because that negativity is really draining. And I think it drains people's self-esteem, it drains people's confidence, and it is not an accurate reflection of the vast majority of young people in our city.
So, how do you think media, like on the news you see like this teenager's done this, like this teenager stabbed somebody there. So do you think media portrays teenagers as all of them are bad in that?
I think the issue is it's about having a sense of balance. And if you're only getting the one type of story out, then that is the message that people will pick up. And there are so many good things going on across the city that young people are leading, and that's important. These are things that young people are leading, and we don't have the same level of media coverage. It seems to me that, perhaps a bad news story sort of like is more interesting to people and sells more papers perhaps. But we need to make the effort to engage the media proactively in all the good news stories.
So do you think like enough is being done to keep teenagers away from the bad behaviour, like they're doing the bad things? Do you think enough is being given to them, like more after school clubs and like more things to go to after school for them to stop, not go on streets and behave badly?
Well, absolutely. That's not to say we've not made great progress, because we have made a huge amount of progress. We've just had some money fairly recently to have extended openings on Friday and Saturday night at some of our youth centres across the city. We've got the extended schools money. We've got BSF money, which is putting those schools right at the heart of the community so that they're opening later in the evening. We can have community groups using those facilities, engaging our young people. We've just had the youth elections. We've got youth councils across the city. Our schools have got youth councils. As the most senior politician for children's services in this city, I meet regularly with our youth MPs. So we are doing a great deal. Obviously, there is always more to do. And what we're interested in is actually engaging our young people and hearing from them what more needs to be done.
So what would you say to teenagers that give up on themselves and like decide to just go the bad way? What would you say to them as the Councillor for Education and Young People?
You're far, far too young to give up on yourself. Nobody should give up on themselves, but particularly not young people. We all have choices in life. There is so much out there. Don't underestimate yourself. That's what I would say.
Okay then, my name's Queen Taylor and this is Vi Dempster, and we just had an interview. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vi, for the interview. Now we're going to go to Binda.
How do you feel that the work you do helps the youth of today?
I work for Connections, and Connections does a lot of work to help young people today, to give them information, advice and guidance. But my particular bit of the work with Connections is that I commission and fund organisations to provide courses and activities for young people. So we particularly focus on NEET young people. You understand NEET? Not in employment, education or training, 16-year-olds. And we then commission courses for them to try and re-engage them again with learning so that they don't drop out of the system. So that's my particular area of work that I do. And I think that helps young people because although there's a lot of young people who would like just to do a job, realistically nowadays you're not going to get a job unless you've got some sort of qualification. So we try and make sure they've got at least some qualifications so that they've got a realistic chance of getting a job.
Okay, we're interviewing Danielle, and how do you feel the work that you do helps young people?
Well, I could say what I think it does, but when I speak to young people, because every bit of work that we've done or that we try and do around participation especially, we ask young people what they think and what they got out of it and how they felt it went. So, proper evaluation and feedback. And they say that it's helped them personally, because having a voice and getting involved and having their say has helped them to have more confidence to go on and do things in other areas of their life, and that they've had fun, which I think is important, isn't it? And it's helped them think about what kind of jobs they want to do, and also that it's given them opportunities to do things that they never thought they would be able to do before, or they never thought they were capable of doing. So I think that's how it helps. And also they've gone on to lead on things themselves and they haven't needed any workers to help them do that at all.
So do you think that teenagers are stereotyped and judged by media and the public?
Yeah, actually I think there's two separate things. I think one is the public and one is the media, and I think the bigger one that is a problem is the media. And internationally they've recognised that Britain in particular has a problem compared to other European countries.
Yes, I think that's right. I think they do. I think it depends on who you mean by the public, because I think there's a lot of people in the public who don't judge and stereotype young people, but it's when you get large groups of young people out on the streets and being a bit of a nuisance, then everybody tends to see them as trouble. And there are times when gangs of young people out on the street are trouble, and they need something better to do with their time. But I think that the media do tend to stereotype young people a bit. And so if you look at the local newspaper, you either see one of two things. One is a brave, quotes, brave young person who's getting an award for doing something good, or you get stories about young people getting into all sorts of trouble. You don't get much about, well, people like you are just trying to do their best and staying out of trouble.
So what made you decide to work with young people?
Do you know what? I had a look at the questions because you sent me them beforehand, and I had a look at them and I could have come up with a really fancy reason, and I thought about it, all these different reasons about why I should work with young people. But actually, because I had a good think about it, I thought I'll give you my absolute honest answer. And I think people have different reasons that lead them into jobs, and sometimes you're not completely aware of what they are until you've been in the job a while. And I think the main reason that I work with young people is because I had an awful time as a teenager. I hated it. I didn't have a very great time at all, and I found being a teenager one of the hardest, or youth, one of the hardest times of my whole life. So, and I really appreciated it when people gave me a chance to have my say, and I really appreciated it when people treated me with a bit of respect and wanted me to get involved with things. And I remembered those things, and I think I just wanted to make sure that I was somebody that could make sure that happened for other young people too.
I do. I really enjoy it. I don't actually get to work much with young people anymore because I'm working with organisations. I don't very much get to work face to face with young people, and so I take every opportunity I can when I do get that chance. Like today, I didn't have to come along today, but I thought, well, it's a good chance to come and talk to some young people.
I hope you've enjoyed our documentary Life as It Is, and I thank you for watching us get our points across and the points of other people, not just ourselves, and hope you've learned something from what you've seen today. Thank you. Life as It Is. Show 2010 Chronics. Going in hard. Big up to everybody, yes? Kiss with a fist.
Express documentary, life as it is. Show, bare breads, getting stabbed on road, but only follow their gang, postcode. But when they're dead and gone, people move along to the next one. Mothers wondering about the sun, walking on road, carrying a gun. Dead you quick for fun, but the battle's lost, and it needs to be won with the young. Girls looking for love in all the wrong places, plastering their faces to get rid of all the traces of loneliness or the phoniness. Heart's crazy with issues. I just wish you would believe in yourself and don't be put on the shelf. You're more than that, L'Oreal. You're worth it, so just work it. Yo. At the age of 14, you didn't want that, but skiing. We ain't got it good like the Queen. Saying that he loves you, saying I care. When you don't God, he's gonna tell who his bears that he banned you. And that you're a Jones. Imagine that would just through one night of fun. Are you crazy, son? 9 months later, yeah, the baby come, need help from your mom. Man that's gone dumb, a man's gone, the baby father, yo, brum brum. Yo. Breaking it, yo, yeah. Yo, we better than that, ain't gonna take any crap. I'm going back to black, just like Amy. Can you blame me? You try and shame me, but you can't tame me, cause I will defeat you. Man, I won't even greet you, just wanna beat you, so beat it before I concrete it, breaking in teeth it. You wanna beef it, here's the stage. Kit Kat, give me a break. Wasting my time, wasting my shine, cause all you do is whine. It's not fine, cause you're a swine. Yo. Going in hard. Yo. Big up to Shafila, man. Big up to everybody that I know, man. For real. Yo, yeah. Harding mans, starring mans, scarring mans. What's going on? Yeah.